introduce to you one of the funniest men I know. You've heard him on Sirius Satellite Radio, XM Satellite Radio. He has a great book that's sweeping the country called Isms. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Atlanta's own Kenn Kington.
How many of you are here tonight? Raise your hands. Okay. Some of you are looking around like, that's just too charismatic for me. I can't do that. That's good. Well, I am so glad to be with you guys, and especially you guys. Father's Day is coming up, and let me just tell you that kind of scares me. I love being a dad, but I'm getting older, and that scares me. And the one part that really scares me is that the hair thing, because my hair is going away. It's turning gray and turning loose at the same time, and that's a bad combination. And what really scares me is that my wife has told me, don't do what your dad did. Now, see, my dad used to give me a hard time about my hair because I had this huge afro. And I just a quick mental picture. If you took a picture of buckwheat, I look like the negative, okay? That was me. I love that you get that. That's awesome. These poor kids are like, who's buckwheat? And what is a negative? Okay, I was 5'10", I weighed 113 pounds, all right? I looked like a vanilla Tootsie Pop everywhere I walked, all right? That was me. And my dad's hair looked normal, kind of, and I learned later it was that swoop thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? The guys that grow it like 4 feet long and it kind of looks normal until they go swimming, and then it's like, whoa. And his isn't the worst I've ever seen. I was in the bank behind a guy, and I'm not joking. He had a part right here and combed it forward. I wanted so badly to get in front of the guy and just go, oh. But the hair's not the part that scares me the most. This is the part that scares me the most. Did you know you can tell how old a tree is by how many rings it has? Did you know you can tell how old a man is by where his waistline is? This is about junior high right here. And then it goes to high school and then college, but I do not know what age it is, but at some age that waistline just crawls up. This is how my dad meets me at the door now. And he gives me a hard time. You get a little tire, spare tire there, a little weight. Not me. Not me. I wear the same waist size I did in high school. I go, yeah, Dad, but you know what? I never have the problem getting underarm deodorant on my waistband. The part that really scares me, though, is that one day he actually woke up and he did his hair. He put on his dark socks and flip-flops. And he put on his shorts. He actually looked in the mirror and had the mental thought, this looks good. I told my wife, you keep a gun with one bullet. The day you see me like that, put me out of my misery, all right? I know I need help. And I also know that I'm very thankful for the help I have. I have a wife who is beautiful and smart, and that's my help. But the problem is that, you know what, she used to tell me, I'll give you a quick example. She used to tell me how she was in advanced classes. I used to tell her about special classes. No joke, one time she goes, I don't know if I ever told you or not, but from kindergarten through college, I only made one B. And I was like, me too. But see, my wife has a condition, and it proves to me that we all need help, because my wife's need for help, she's beautiful and brilliant, but she has a condition we call Heather isms. And she has this condition where she mixes up phrases. We were sitting around with some friends one night, and I'll give you one of my favorite examples. She goes, I am a great friend. I am loyal as a heart attack. I don't think I want you to be my friend. The great part is they happen when we're having an argument, and it just ends the argument. I walked in from the road one day. She meets me at the door. She goes, you are treading in hot water. She said, what's funny? I said, honey, I can be treading on thin ice or I can be in hot water. But if I'm treading in hot water, that's a jacuzzi. Her trump, though, one of my favorites, we were arguing about our checkbook one day and she just got frustrated. She threw it at me. And as she threw it at me, she goes, well, you can't milk a dead horse. How do you argue with that? But I'm so thankful because God knows the way my mind works and the way she is, and it's just such a wonderful combination. She's on the phone the other day telling a friend about another friend's grandfather, and she goes, yeah, it's not good. He's got suggestive heart failure. Now, I just get this mental picture of this old guy in a doctor's office. The doctor goes, well, nobody really likes you, okay? Be better if you weren't here. I recommend heart failure. It's just a suggestion. What's really bad, though, is when they happen and you can't laugh. At the hospital visiting a friend, he had chest pains. The wife walks out right as we walk up. And right as we walk up, we said, how's he doing? I almost bit a hole through my lip. She said, oh no, he's doing good. It's not a heart attack, and they ruled that out, but they're doing some testing, and they're going to keep him overnight, but he's still in a lot of pain, but the nurse just went in to seduce him, so it's going to be... I leaned over to my wife. I said, I don't feel so good myself. Oh, it's not right. It's not right. And how many dads are here tonight? Raise your hands if you're a dad. Give me a hoo-ah on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Now, ladies, you don't understand. We're just simple guys. We're simple creatures. My wife went away with the girls for the weekend. She goes, how are the kids? And I'm like, alive? I mean... And she gets home, she goes, oh my gosh, what did you do? And I'm like, stuff. I didn't know there was going to be a test. She goes, well, just tell me they didn't eat pizza and hot dogs all weekend. Just tell me you didn't feed them pizza and hot dogs all weekend. What'd you feed them? You just told me not to tell you. She said, well, at least tell me they had some fruit. They love fruit. At least tell me they had some fruit. Did they have fruit? Bloops. Can't feed them pizza for breakfast. I'm not that crazy. See, I love the fact that we get to be dads. And ladies, let me just tell you, there's one ability. You have the beauty, you have the brains, you have the intuition, you have all that. But men, God gave men one ability, one superpower that you don't have. And it's an ability you both deny exists and you envy it at the same time. It's the ability every man has. It's this, I call it the man's superpower. The ability every man has to actually think nothing. Oh yeah. How many of you have had that fight before? What are you thinking? Nothing. You can't be thinking nothing. Uh-huh. You see, here's the problem, guys. She instantly goes back to a time where she remembers a phrase that says, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. She assumes you can't think nothing, so you're thinking something and it's not nice about her. And she will fill in the blank and blame you and convict you and begin to treat you poorly, and the whole time you were actually thinking nothing. Careful how you use your superpower. But you know what? I love being a dad, and I got to tell you, it's just one of my favorite things in the world. And in that dadship, and I'm so thankful for what we're doing tonight. Each of my kids, I have 3 kids, and each of them, we have a child that they sponsor, and they write, and they take time to do that. I love passing that on to my children. And I love being a dad, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I had an epiphany a couple years ago. I'm driving back from the beach. We packed up. We're driving back. Pull up to a red light. And I look out my window. Right next to me is a brand new pickup truck. And I was like, wow, I always wanted a pickup truck. Out of the windows, this golden retriever. I'm like, man, what a great dog. In the back was a brand new Harley Davidson with a chrome package. I'm like, oh. And I caught the driver's eye, and he looked over, and he just did the guy thing, and I was just like, hey. And he looked back, and he did it back, but he kind of laughed. He's like, I'm like, what is he laughing at? Then it dawned on me, I'm in a minivan. It is impossible to look cool in a minivan. So I distract myself in the mirror, and I saw something in the mirror. I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, Heather, look at this. On the top of my ear, not above my ear, actually on my ear, there is a hair that long growing straight out. Oh, that's not the good part. My wife said, oh yeah, I saw that the other day. You thought I wanted that there. That's interrupted by the kids in the back fighting over who gets the movie and who gets the electronic Ritalin. It's called Game Boy. And that's interrupted by them going, oh, Daddy Kennedy smells bad. It's my 3-year-old at the time, and sure enough, the smell waves forward, and I'm like, holy cow, oh. And so I roll down the window, and my dog sees the other dog, just about jumps out, barking. Now, I call it a dog. I wanted a dog. My wife said, let's get a dog. And I thought, golden retriever, German shepherd, Labrador. We have a 14-year-old, 4.5-pound miniature Yorkshire Terrier. It's like having a barking hamster, okay? That's what I've got. And the light turned green and we began to go. And as we began to go, I sat there and I had an epiphany. God whispered in my heart, Ken, if you could choose right now, you could choose the cool truck and the cool dog and the motorcycle, or you can keep the minivan and the wife that leaves you hanging and the kids in the back and the smell and the barking hamster. Which do you want? I got to tell you, 10 times out of 10, I pick the minivan. Because I have found more joy and more fulfillment and more comedy material in that minivan than you can ever find anywhere else. And that's why I love being a dad. And I want to do this. You know what, that bit is on a DV. It was the most downloaded bit in the top 5 downloads last year at Father's Day. And if there's a father, if you're a dad over on this side, where are you? Raise your hands. Okay, I'm going to throw it. You got to catch it. Don't let it hit the wife. Okay, there we go. Ready? Catch it. Woo, nice. That's awesome. Listen, my name's Ken. Y'all enjoy the rest of the show. God bless you guys.